Hey Team Inspire, happy Monday. The 5 days left of our seminar year. We have one full work week of this year, and we have a lot that we are working towards. And as I was driving home from dropping off my little one at her school, just talking to God and just praying and thinking about all that we're doing together and what He's doing. I shared with you guys that I told Him back in May, I don't really care what arbitrary number, I'm not going to kill myself or my people over some arbitrary number. That's just not what this business is about to me. This is not what our journey is about as a team. And I truly felt Him invite me as a leader to step forward and to press on to this number that we've been working towards all year, that He laid on my heart prayerfully back in July. Not because we need some accolade or to say we're in the top this, that, or the other. I mean, that's cool and that's beautiful and wonderful. Luncheon at seminar for $500,000 and above, that's all really amazing stuff that we can be grateful for. But it's not so much about that. It's more about what He does in the times that we rise up and we press in, that we come together, that we seek and press forward, first and foremost for the people that are on the other side of it, y'all. And I got to experience this yesterday where I had a customer that I just met this past week join me at church. And she sat next to me at church yesterday. Unbelievable things. And just the reason why, good morning, Bobby Joe. Happy Monday. The reason why she was there is because I knew that God needed me to step out in faith and try new things. And so I have a lead box at Smoothie King, my favorite smoothie place. She, just on a whim, threw her name in the box. She's like, I never win anything. Threw her name in the box. I drew it. I called her. I had her come to my house. She came last Monday night. Not convenient. My kids are all running around, but I knew that God was inviting me to step in and be willing. So she and her mom actually came, and I could tell in the first 5 seconds that she was hungry spiritually. I mentioned singing at church, and she perked up and she's asking me all these questions. And so I invited her to come to church, and she came. We sat together yesterday, and she shared with me what God's been doing in her life and how she really sensed that this was a part of her journey. And y'all, my gosh, I could cry because that's really what matters. It's not because we want baubles and accolades, but it's because of a special date on a calendar and our choice to rise up and to work together. Yeah, to say we accomplished something. It's true. That is what we're doing, but it's who is attached to that choice, who is attached to that journey. And so as we walk through these 5 days, I want to encourage you. Remy is her name. She is now one of the rocks in my Ebenezer that God is writing with my Mary Kay journey. This pink Cadillac that I'm sitting in my driveway, is a rock in an Ebenezer. It's a memorial, a remembrance of the things that God has done in your life. This car, it represents God humbling and stripping away my pride and teaching me some serious lessons about being a leader, about serving people, about not doing things just for what I can get out of them, not being driven by ambition alone. So every time I get in this car, I'm reminded of what God has done inside of me through my business and through leadership. Remy, and whatever God has for her and our friendship, it wasn't about the facial. It's about the work that God is doing in her and the things that He wants for her. But it's because of my willingness and because of the goal on the deadline that I am willing to work for, that He brought her into my home. Who is it that's waiting on you to be courageous, to just take that one extra step? Maybe it's not because you have a goal, but because you want to be a part of our team's goal. Maybe it's because you want to be able to say you were a part of the victory. And so you just called the random friend and offered her 60% off skincare just because she randomly popped into your mind, and it saves her some money, it blesses her skin, but it's a reconnection that she needed, or a blessing that she was praying for, or the start of a rekindling of a friendship. I don't know what it is and who it is, but I do know that God asked me as a leader to step up and not give up when we were behind on reaching our $500,000 goal for June 30th. He pressed me forward, and I'm leading our team there through midnight on Friday evening, June 30th, to complete this goal together. The biggest month we've ever had as a team, but we're the biggest that we've been, and we're the most purposeful and rooted that we've ever been in 14 years as a team, well, 13 years as a team. And so I don't know what this faith journey of these 5 days is going to look like, but I'm watching for the stones that he is writing for the story in my business. And I want to hear about the stones that God is going to put in your story over the next 5 days. What are the God sightings that you're going to see? What are the blessings that he's going to bring? What are you going to be able to do because you sold that little bit of extra product for someone in your life? I don't know. Maybe he's going to connect you to a new person who's hungry for something. I don't know, but we're going to together track the stones of our Ebenezer, our memorial of the work that God can do when we are willing to press on for some arbitrary number on an arbitrary date, not because we just want the thing, but because we want to be faithful to the calling that he's put upon our team to rise up and shine. So I hope you guys are with me. We do have some work to do. We got to fill some bubbles. I know that God is able. I know that we are able. Hands open, hearts open, walking forward with joy all the way to the finish line on Friday night. So let's go. Let's build some stones. Let's find out what God has in store for us this week.